Yeah, Vachanamrut that was in Sarangpur. And Samnad Bhagwan was with the leader saints, Sadgurus, in Sarangpur and Loya and Panchada, Karyani. So in Sarangpur, those Vachanamruts are very deep discussion type Vachanamruts. And this Vachanamrita also refers to different avastha, Nityanand Swami is asking the question, Now Nityanand Swami is, incarnation of Vyas Bhagwan, right? And power of Nityanand Swami was that one time Samnad Bhagwan asked all these leader saints that what is your power and capacity? So Muktanand Swami said that if a person comes with a lot of anger to me, by your grace of Lord Swaminarayan, just looking at me, his anger goes away. And talking to me, he will change. So then Nityanand Swami says, that any person in the world, learned person in the world, comes to me with any question, I have such a knowledge by your grace that I will answer his questions. That is the capacity of Nityanand Swami, So now Nityanand Swami, who can answer all these questions, is asking a question, right? So that question has to be very elevated level of question, right? And Samnad Bhagwan is trying to answer that in a soft way so that most of the satsangis can understand it, So it's balance between the two, So this is the Vachanamrut in Vikram Samvat 1877 on Shravanvadi Dasam, about 190 some years ago maybe, because right now it is 1671, 2071 now, right? So 6 years later it would be 200 years, right? So 194 years ago, On Shravan, dark 10th, Sriji Maharaj was sitting in Jiva Kharcher's Darbar in Sarangpur, north-facing door on the veranda, and had put on, that is 2nd September, in 1820, September. He was dressed entirely in white clothes. At that time, an assembly of munis as well as the devotees from various places had gathered before him. So this is the description of Samnad Bhagwan and Santo and other things, Thereupon, Nityanand Swami asked a question. So Nityanand Swami had come prepared, with a question. There are some questions that we generate out of the discussions, When we have discussions going on, then the question comes. But this question is not a discussion. There is no discussion at all, it started, And if you go to the previous, Sarangpur 5, this question is not related with that also, you know. And the question Nityanand Swami is asking, I don't think, other than Swaminarayan Bhagavan, anybody in the world would understand the question personally. The question is very short, right? Thereupon Nityanand Swami asked the question, how do the two other states stay within each of the three states? ગુજરાતીમાં નિત્યાનંદ સ્વામીએ પ્રશ્ન પૂછ્યો, એક એક અવસ્થાને વિશે બીજી બે બે અવસ્થાઓ કેમ રહી છે? There is no beginning, no connection, you know.
Total 19 અવસ્થાઓ. Total 19.
Right. ત્રણ અવસ્થાની અંદર બબે બબે રહેલી છે. But the question is very short, you know. એક એક અવસ્થાને વિશે બીજી બે બે અવસ્થાઓ કેમ રહેલી છે? અને the interpretation, the meaning of the word avastha is very unique. What Swaminarayan Bhagavan gave this meaning here, you cannot find anywhere, you know. Let's see what Gujarati dictionary explains avastha, right? અવસ્થા એટલે એક શબ્દ છે સ્થિતિ, બીજો શબ્દ એનો મિનિંગ છે દશા, હાલત, ત્રીજો એનો મિનિંગ છે આયુષના જુદા જુદા તબક્કાઓનો એકમ. All our lives, there are different stages of our life. Each unit of stage is called avastha. You know, બાળ અવસ્થા, right. ચોથો મિનિંગ છે, ફોર્થ મિનિંગ ઘડપણ, વૃદ્ધત્વ. પછી એનો બીજા મિનિંગ બચાવે છે સ્થિતિ, દશા, આયુષના અમુક અમુક મુદતના ભાગ કે પેટા ભાગ, તે આયુષના અમુક મુદતના ભાગ અથવા પેટા ભાગ, જિંદગીનો અમુક ગાળો, જીવન દશા. પછી અવસ્થાનો બીજો મિનિંગ છે ઇતિહાસ. પછી અવસ્થાનો બીજો મિનિંગ છે કથા, વાર્તા. ઘડપણ, વૃદ્ધાવસ્થા. પછી અવસ્થા એટલે ત્રણની સંજ્ઞા. અવસ્થા મીન્સ થ્રી. પછી બીજો મિનિંગ છે મુદત, વખત, સમય. પછી બીજો મિનિંગ છે રૂપ, અવસ્થા એટલે દેખાવ, આકાર. પછી જૈન ધર્મની અંદર, જૈન લિટરેચર ઇઝ વેરી રિચ ઇન ડિસ્કશન્સ, એનો એ લોકોનો બહુ મોટો એનો એમાં ફાળો છે એનો. દે હેવ લોટ ઓફ યુનો richness in સાહિત્ય, you know. Yeah. Right. એ જૈન ધર્મમાં શું કહે છે? લાભ મળવા પહેલાંની સ્થિતિ, ફાયદો થવા પહેલાંની સ્થિતિ, અવસ્થા. અને તે પાછી 5 પ્રકારની જૈન ધર્મમાં બતાવેલી છે: વ્યક્ત, અવ્યક્ત, જપ, આદાન અને નિષ્ઠા. અને આની પાછળ એક એક ઉપર પાછું એક એક બુક લખેલી હોય એનો. Then there is another meaning, vaya, umar, the age, you know, is avastha. Then there is another one, sthiti. Then there is સ્થિરતા, અચળપણું. પછી સંસ્કૃતમાં અવસ્થાનું નિરૂપણ કર્યું છે, અવ અને સ્થા. અવ એટલે ચારે તરફ, સ્થા એટલે હોવું, પ્રેઝન્ટ એવરીવેર. એનો જે વસ્તુ ચારે તરફ હોય એને અવસ્થા કહેવાય. પછી હાલત, દશા. હવે વેદાંત પ્રમાણે, વેદાંત અવસ્થાને શું કહે છે? વેદાંત પ્રમાણે ચિત્ત અથવા જીવની 4 અવસ્થા મનાય છે: જાગ્રત, સ્વપ્ન, સુષુપ્તિ અને તુર્યા. બાળ સ્ત્રીની 4 અવસ્થા. નાની સ્ત્રી હોય એની પણ 4 અવસ્થા. એક ગૌરી 8 વર્ષની, બીજી રોહિણી 10 વર્ષની, ત્રીજી કન્યા 12 વર્ષની અને ચોથી રજસવાળા 13 વર્ષની ઉંમરની. એવી લેડીઝની બી 4 અવસ્થાઓ બતાવેલી છે. એવી માણસની ઉંમરના પણ 6 ભેદ બતાવેલા છે અવસ્થામાં. એક શિશુ, નાનું બાળક, પછી કૌમાર, પૌંગડ, પછી કિશોર, યૌવન અને જરા. પછી પુરાણ પ્રમાણે માનવ જીવનની 8 સ્થિતિઓ બતાવેલી છે પુરાણોની અંદર. 6ની ઉંમર બીજી 2 વધારે ઉમેરેલી છે. કૌમાર, પૌંગડ, કિશોર, યૌવન, બાલ, પછી તારુણ્ય અને વૃદ્ધ અને વર્ષીયાન. પછી વૈદિક પ્રમાણે માણસની જિંદગીના 4 ભાગ બતાવેલા છે: બાલ્ય, કૌમાર, યૌવન અને વૃદ્ધત્વ. પછી નિરુક્તમાં 6 જાતની અવસ્થાઓ છે: જન્મ, સ્થિતિ, વર્ધન, વિપરિણમન, અપક્ષય અને નાશ. સાંખ્ય પ્રમાણે પદાર્થની 3 અવસ્થાઓ છે: અનાગત, વ્યક્ત, અભિવ્યક્ત અને તિરોહિત. તિરોહિત. પછી યોગશાસ્ત્ર પ્રમાણે 5 સ્થિતિ બતાવેલી છે: અવિદ્યા, અસ્મિતા, રાગ, દ્વેષ અને અભિનિવેશ. સો આટલા ગુજરાતીની અંદર અવસ્થાના એક્સપ્લેનેશન છે. નાઉ ફોર અવર ઇંગ્લિશ સ્પીકિંગ પીપલ,
યોગની અંદર અભિનિવેશ થાય એ પણ યોગની અવસ્થા છે.
હે
યોગમાં અભિનિવેશ થઈ જાય કોઈને.
એ પણ ભગવાન એનો જે અર્થ કાઢે છે આમાં નથી દાવે. ઇટ્સ નોટ હિયર ઇન ગુજરાતી ડિક્શનરી. એટલે લેટ્સ સી ઇંગ્લિશ ઇન્ટુ ગુજરાતી ઇન્ટુ ઇંગ્લિશ. આ ડિક્શનરી બહુ હેન્ડી છે. આવડું મોટું થોથું આમાં આવી ગયું. ગુજરાતી લેક્સિકોન કહે છે ને, એમાં બધા 4-5 બધા કોષ, જોડણી કોષ ને ભાગવત મંડળ ને બધા ભેગા કરેલા છે. હા, સંકલન. સો ઇંગ્લિશ ઓફ અવસ્થા મીન્સ condition, state, one of the stage of life, old age. That's all they have in English. But in Gujarati there are so many different meanings, you know.
Different stages of life. Different stages of life. That is also.
ये तो આવ્યું ને, જીવનના જુદા જુદા સ્ટેજ તો આયા. But now what Swaminarayan Bhagwan is saying is totally different. સ્વામિનારાયણ ભગવાન કહે છે, પછી શ્રીજી મહારાજ બોલ્યા, જે આ જીવાત્મા, દેહ નહીં, જીવાત્મા, જે તે જેને વિષય રહીને વિષયને ભોગવે છે તેને અવસ્થા કહીએ. This soul dwells when it indulges in the vishay is known as avastha state. Now, normally આપણે અવસ્થાની વાત કરીએ, when we talk about avastha, we talk about physical body, right? Okay, you are child, you are grown up, you are gray hair, now you are old, you know. So these are bodilies, you know, description, right? He's talking about not Atma, lower than Atma, soul. Jeev. Jeev is full of ignorance, but powerful, you know, but not the body. એટલે શું કહે છે કે જીવ આ જીવાત્મા જે તે જેને વિશે રહીને વિષય ભોગને ભોગવે છે and indulges into the sense gratifications. That is avastha. So now in that Gujarati it was saying ava means around, all four sides. And stha means bhogavu. That is somewhat closer to what Swaminarayan Bhagavan is saying. That when a soul acquires the body, it is just enjoying from any direction, the pleasures, But they are the end result of unhappiness. They bring in the unhappiness. Whoever you are attached to is going to give you problem. Whoever you are focused or clinging, is going to give you unhappiness. But in the surface level, it looks like happiness, Surface level, it looks like happy, good thing, But at the end, it is going to give you miseries, it's going to give you problem, Even someone is very close to us and we have to get separated, Then we feel very bad, I was talking to somebody, in India. And that person was relating a problem of somebody that was very interesting, There was a boy and a girl in their maybe late teens or early 20s, The boy was from a rich family. Girl was from a poor family. From a Facebook or whatever, they saw each other, met each other, liked each other. The boy decided to get married with this girl. They went to the court about 1.5 years ago and got married. The boy has not gone and seen the girl's parents or home for all this 1.5 years. Maybe they were seeing each other, on internet or meeting somewhere, maybe, but not going and seeing, each other. So before they got married into the court, they must have been seeing, even before that too, right? So this is not 1.5 year story. Maybe it is more than that, right? But 1.5 year, the girl did not tell her parents that she has married. The boy did not tell his parents that he is married, And they were living a life, So about a month ago, finally they decided that maybe she should come and stay at boy's home. So the girl came to the boy's home. And it was a lot of amenities and a lot of, good environment. So the parents of the boy accepted that, okay, it's fine, if they want to get married and they have been married, legally for 1.5 years, So what can we do now, So they accepted that. But out of the good feeling, they said that we should at least have a responsibility to call the parents of girl, and say that, okay, she is now not at your home. She has come here as our daughter-in-law. So please decide, what you want to do, right? So they were kind of respectful, So they called after getting the phone number from the girl, her parents' address, So those girls' parents also said that she has stayed overnight at somebody's house. So now we should accept. That is our culture, Otherwise, they would have problem finding another husband maybe, or who knows, Nowadays it's not a problem, but old parents have that problem, right? So they came with a gift and welcome package to the boy's home and accepted that, okay, we are happy that both of you are deciding to get married. or you have decided already to get married, it's okay, we are happy, So now they decided to have engagement. The marriage, legal marriage is done, but now the social way, to have the engagement. So the engagement was done at the girl's house, So now the boy found out, that this girl is very poor family, They had maybe only one room in Bombay, or in Ahmedabad, I think this is in Ahmedabad, And he went there, but he was okay, he was happy, He says, I don't care, You are my best friend, And we have, gotten married in court, for all this time. But now the interesting scenario starts. When a Brahmin wants to do the tilak to the groom and bride, the normal manner is that they put something, on the head, either sari or dupatta, Eh? So the parents of the boys and parents of the girls told the girl to put on the dupatta before doing the ceremony. The girl says no. She doesn't want it. So the Brahmin says, then it's not a good, arrangement, it's not a good situation, if you don't do that, So then the husband also explained to her, saying that, why don't you put it? She says no. So the engagement was done. The girl is still at her home. The boy goes to his home and calls on the phone that what kind of person are you, not listening to your parents, my parents, me, and even this Brahmin, and being so stubborn, So you don't have good culture, You are coming from low culture, Because now he found out, where she is from, right? That turned this girl off. She went to the police station and filed for divorce. She took away Facebook account, telephone connection, all these things, This totally disconnected, And this devotee is calling me saying that, what is your advice, I said, I don't know anything, And the way you are explaining, has lot of loose ends, I don't know, who is telling right and who is telling not right, But this person who called me was siding with the boy, because the boy had talked to that person and says that, can you talk to, Dinkar uncle or whoever, that give us advice, So there is a partial, situation that whatever this boy is saying is told to me and I have to, either accept or, question, right? So I had many questions when I said, why did they not go and see each other before, their house and everything, and why this is kept secret for all this year and a half, Boy's parents also, right? Boy is in same, problem as the girl, Both did not say to their parents, why are you, hiding all this? And I would say between the boy and girl, the girl is braver, more braver that she did not tell her parents, right? Because in old system, to open up and tell is that the girl does not get into trouble, Boy gets maybe 50% in trouble, the girl gets 100% in trouble, right? That is the, normal scenario, So I said, girl is much brave that she did not tell even for a year and a half, that she is married, to her parents. The other thing is that if the boy said only this one statement, and if the girl is turned off, the girl is thinking, that my whole life, what would happen if I live with this man? Right? That's why maybe she is turned off, Or, on the other hand, boy and his parents may have misbehaved with this girl much more than what we know, May have done that also, We don't know, what is the real reason, But then that devotee was telling me that should the boy go and talk to this girl alone, privately, and try to, convince, I said, my advice is, the creation is from the girl's side, Girl has created this, separation and no communication and other things. So if the boy goes there, and what if girl takes it more problematic and goes to the police station and says that this man is harassing me now, I would say not to do that, Wait until if the girl's mind changes, and if she comes and tells, that okay, I'm sorry, but I want to continue as a marriage. And still it's a doubtful case now, It's a broken, accidental, vehicle, गाड़ी ने गोबो पड़ी गेली गाड़ी छे भैया. But it has to be patiently waited, until the other side, girl side, can, realize that this is a small thing and they have taken a big step, But things do happen, what I'm saying, So, when they were indulging for a year and a half, did they ever think that only on a one small sentence it would be all miserable, painful? Now the boy has attachment with this person, so he cannot think about without the girl, And I'm sure the girl may be thinking also, but this type of attachment is creating a lot of disturbances in the life, And this is one example, and in society there are so many examples going on, Small thing, big impact. And sometimes big thing, small impact, So there is all varieties of things, in the life. But what Swaminarayan Bhagavan is saying, that a soul indulging into the sense gratifications is avastha. Yene avastha kehvai. Very unique definition, Maharaj. Again, Sriji Maharaj replied, that in which the Jivatma dwells when it indulges in the Vishayas, sense gratifications, is known as the state or avastha. There are three types of states: waking, dream, and deep sleep. And this is now attached to the body. Waking, deep sleep, sleep, etc.
Here you were saying that Jeev is indulging in the five visays, based on having a body form. Without the body, Jeev will not be indulging, right? So this connection with the body. So why did he say Jeev Atma then? When the Atma is also connected.
Jivatma is a combination, The word Jeev or Jivatma is same,
So this is applied to both, right? This particular state.
Applies to what? Jeev and Atma?
Atma.
Okay. If you refer to Atma itself, then it is still not elevated state of that Atma, Jeev is ignorant state. And then Atma is purified state. But that purified and ignorant, there are so many levels, right? 10% purified, 30% purified, 90%, 99, 99.99, 100, When 100%, then it is only Atma, Then it is connected with the spiritual growth, And again, there is no guarantee, Even that Atma gets into the bad company, then again, problem. Yeah.
All of this situation and state is only because the Jeev and Atma has the body format. When they are not in the body format, this problem will occur, right?
Right, but see, your perception of body is only gross body, right?
Right. I'm talking about
Yeah, but what about the subtle body?
So there's a connection with the gross body.
સૂક્ષ્મ ને કારણ બે.
No. There are other entities which don't have the gross body. We call ghosts,
Right.
You know.
So this thing also applies to them.
Well, you tell me. That's a body also. Right? Yes. So it's the gross body or the subtle body or even higher level
Causation.
is the causation body. They are all part of this problem. But mainly we refer to the gross body, which is
That's what, because we see that.
right.
So the causation, yeah, right.
But subtle bodies, you are laying in the bed, sleeping in a cold winter month, so room temperature is slightly cold, But you have so much depth, charge card depths and this depth and that depth, Your business is going down, And now you are worrying, What is that body? Is that gross body or is that the mental body which is creating this problem? Mental body. And it is worrying so much that you are sweating now. The whole, your clothes are all wet, sweat, And this is exactly what I am referring to. One of the devotees telling me that he is going through that experience, And he has to change his clothes. That is how much subtle body has the impact. Yeah. And same way enjoyment, This is the negative side. Positive side is also that way, Right? So it is not just gross body, It can be also the subtle body or causation body,
How does that relate to causation, the situation that you just mentioned?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how does that relate to the causation body? The sweating, that kind of situation at that
Okay.
point.
Then Swaminarayan Bhagavan would take a person, a sinner or somebody, into a samadhi. And Jamdut comes, and drags him from his body. And experiences both also, same time, And goes to hell and sees the punishment and then comes back, That is a causation body. It's not just gross or subtle, Something is removed and taken to experience, Right?
Kind of samadhi,
Yeah.
samadhi stage.
Right.
That's a negative, like when you're talking about Jamdut and beaten and all that.
Maharaj
And then samadhi is the other side.
Right.
Other side, yeah. It's both sides, both ways, Yeah.
Works.
Yeah.
Maharaj cried down.
That's the causation body that goes. So when Kakaji had the samadhi,
Yeah.
that's the causation body that went out and did the darshan.
Yeah. It can be karan there, or there is even higher than that, Karan pachi, Mahakaran,
So all of those stages apply at that.
Yeah, these are all bodies, different bodies, Yeah.
Can you explain again what is the third stage of body?
Huh?
Can you explain again what is the third stage of body?
Karan Sharir,
Karan.
causation body, which takes birth and rebirth again and again, that we cannot get out of the cycle of birth and rebirth, is the Karan Sharir, causation body. Yeah.
So it is not the three stages.
Huh?
So it is not the
not three stages. They are the three layers of on the soul, This layer is one layer, there is another inner layer, and there is another layer, inside. There are three, or even four, they say. Mahakaran Sharir also, Yeah. There are three different things, attached to the soul. Or soul is attached to these three different things,
So this is so complicated on its own, and now he's talking about interchanges between the
Changes between the two, yes. And this is also very simplified, What Samdana Bhagavan has said is very simplified, Yeah. So Bhagavan is saying that in which the Jivatma dwells when it indulges in the Vishayas, sense gratifications, is known as a state. There are three types of states: waking, dream, and deep sleep. Now, first one. Of these, the waking state is the result of the sustenance state of Virat Puruष. જાગ્રત અવસ્થા છે તે વિરાજ પુરુષની જે સ્થિતિ અવસ્થા તેનું કાર્ય છે. અને સત્વ ગુણાત્મક છે. Just like we have three states, Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti. So Virat Purush is different than us. And Virat Purush has three different avastha, Utpatti, Sthiti and Pralay. So Sthiti is the sustenance state, which is very close to Vishnu Bhagavan. Utpatti is creation state, which is very close to Brahma. And Pralay is the destruction stage, which is very close to Shiva, So, Samdana Bhagavan is referring to one portion of that, which is the Sthiti avastha. તેમાં જાગ્રત અવસ્થા છે તે વિરાજ પુરુષની જે સ્થિતિ અવસ્થા તેનું કાર્ય છે અને સત્વગુણાત્મક છે. વિષ્ણુ ભગવાન ઇઝ સત્વગુણી, બ્રહ્મા ઇઝ રજોગુણી, and Shiva is tamoguni. So, it is with pure virtues. Sattva guna means pure virtues, અને નેત્ર સ્થાનકને વિશે રહી છે. It is residing in the eyes. That is the location of the Sattva Guna Sthiti Avastha of Virat Purush. Not our comparison, it is of the God, the Creator, So in English I will say, of these, the waking state is the result of the sustenance state of Virat Purush. It is full of Sattva Guna and is located in the region of the eyes. In that waking state, the Jivatma is known as Vishwa Abhimani. એટલે ફરી એનું ગુજરાતીમાં વાત કરું. તેમાં જે જાગ્રત અવસ્થા છે જે વૈરાજ પુરુષની જે સ્થિતિ અવસ્થા તેનું કાર્ય છે અને સત્વ ગુણાત્મક છે અને નેત્ર સ્થાનકને વિશે રહી છે. એવી જે જાગ્રત અવસ્થા તેને વિશે વિશ્વાભિમાની નામે જે એ જીવાત્મા તે જે તે સ્થૂળ દેહના અભિમાને સહિત થકો 10 ઇન્દ્રિયોને 4 અંતઃકરણે કરીને વિવેકે સહિત યથાર્થપણે પોતાના પૂર્વકર્મને અનુસારે બાહ્ય શબ્દ સ્પર્શ રૂપ રસ ગંધાદિક પંચ વિષયના ભોગને ભોગવે છે તેને સત્વગુણ પ્રધાન એવી જાગ્રત અવસ્થા કહીએ. This is one out of the three. સત્વગુણ પ્રધાન, પણ એમાં રજોગુણ તમોગુણના ભાગ આવે છે અને એમાં જાગ્રત અવસ્થાની અંદર સ્વપ્ન અને સુષુપ્તિ અવસ્થા બી આવે છે.
Now this is talking about
No, this is Virat Purush.
All of that.
Right. એટલે પહેલી વિરાટ પુરુષ, પછી એની અંદર જીવાત્માને બી બતાવે છે. રાઈટ, comes to that also, yeah. So again, વૈરાજ પુરુષની જે સ્થિતિ અવસ્થા, તેનું કાર્ય આ જાગ્રત અવસ્થા છે. અને એ જાગ્રત અવસ્થા સત્વ ગુણાત્મક છે અને નેત્ર સ્થાનકને વિશે રહી છે. When your eyes are open, then and then it happens, right? When eyes are closed, then you are not awakened, right? So that is why the location is eyes, But same way, the location is ear also. Even though your eyes are closed, but you are listening, then it is still Jagrat, તમે એક રૂમમાં બેઠા હોય ને બીજે વાત થતી હોય ને તમે આંખો મીચીને બેઠા હોય પણ સાંભળો, પછી જઈને ગુસ્સો કરીને કહો ને મને આમ કેમ કહે છે, વાય આર યુ ટેલિંગ મી, આઈ હર્ડ ધીસ, or smelling, or tasting, or touching, These are all connected, But here one reference is given, as the eye, એવી જે જાગ્રત અવસ્થા, that kind of awakened સત્વગુણાત્મક through the eyes condition, એવી જે જાગ્રત અવસ્થા, તેને વિશે વિશ્વાભિમાની જે આ જીવાત્મા, this same soul has different level also. તૈજસ અભિમાની, પ્રાજ્ઞ અભિમાની, વિશ્વ અભિમાની. And that is connecting to the Virat Purush. When Vishwa Abhimani part is coming, then it is related with the apparent creation. It is looking the Vishwa. It is looking the attachment and possession, and saying that this is mine. That is why it is called Vishwa Abhimani Jivatma, And that would happen only when a person is awake, When person is in the sleep, then everything is gone. Right. When the eyes are closed, the picture is different. Right. So, Vishwa Abhimani Devata, એવો જે જીવાત્મા, તે જે તે સ્થૂળ દેહના અભિમાને સહિત થકો, the gross body, and saying that this is me, this is my body, this is my house, this is my car, this is my this and that. This is all related with gross. એવા સ્થૂળ દેહના અભિમાને સહિત થકો, 10 ઇન્દ્રિયો, 10 senses, 5 the talent senses, 5 slave senses, 4 અંતઃકરણે કરીને, 4 inner senses, mind, intellect, chitta, ego. અંતઃકરણે કરીને વિવેકે સહિત, with very mature understanding, યથાર્થપણે, as it should be, પોતાના પૂર્વકર્મને અનુસારે, according to the previous deeds, And those deeds we are taking as very powerful, positive deeds is explained here as an example, but it can be, medium size, negative and all that, પૂર્વકર્મને અનુસારે, બાહ્ય, the outside, શબ્દાદિક પંચવિષયના ભોગને ભોગવે છે, is enjoying and indulging into the outward sense gratification, the hearing, the smelling, the seeing, the tasting, touching, તેને સત્વગુણ પ્રધાન એવી જાગ્રત અવસ્થા કહીએ. That is called one portion of the જાગ્રત અવસ્થા, which is સત્વગુણ પ્રધાન. Then there would be રજોગુણ પ્રધાન જાગ્રત અવસ્થા. Then it will be તમોગુણ પ્રધાન જાગ્રત અવસ્થા. And this is 3 category of જાગ્રત અવસ્થા. Then it would be સ્વપ્ન અવસ્થા and 3 again, and then 3 again. So these are 9, We are getting to 6:30, and I think you have a meeting at 7, right?
8, right?
Meeting at 8, but you are going to eat, right?
We can do 7:30. That's fine.
7:30? Okay.
This is very stuck on that.
Is anybody here?
Meeting will be in Jagrata Avastha.
Hmm?
Meeting will be in Jagrata Avastha.
Yeah.
Get in? Yeah, you should.
What is that?
Oh, difficult Vachanamrut.
I mean, it's very like,
Difficult karta, interesting. We can take a little time and try to understand, that.
एकदम ध्यान से संभालो करो.
Right.
Connection आगे
it would be nice if you can put a paper version of it, like draw this for information.
Yeah.
Trees yoga card actually really.
It makes big difference, yeah.
Avastha, the front background,
So you have that idea, so you have that job. You do that. You can make a picture, Yeah. Yeah. Right. So now we are going from the Sattva Gun Pradhan and Jagrat Avastha. Now we are going to the Swapna Avastha, the dream stage, Now we are going to the next level, But our eyes are still open and we are dreaming. That is what Bhagavan is explaining, એ જાગ્રતને વિશે જો એ જીવાત્મા ભ્રાંતિએ કરીને અયથાર્થપણે બાહ્ય વિષય ભોગને ભોગવે છે તો તેને જાગ્રતને વિશે સ્વપ્ન કહીએ. Unknowingly, if we touch the fire, our eyes are open, but out of something else, people, those who are doing cooking, you know that, right? ખાવાનું બનાવતા હોય ને ખબર પડે ને કંઈક દજાઈ જવાય છે ને, ખબર બી ના પડે. And when you touch that fire, you feel that something happened. That was Swapna Avastha. You were in a dream state and did something. Or if you touch electrical wire, you get a shock.
So like not being aware is the sleeping state.
Right. Awakened,
Awakened
but not aware. Yes.
when you are driving long distances.
And dozing.
अरे वहाँ जॉब पर भी छुट्टी बात करते हैं, I have problem like that, And I will try and get I will dream.
Yeah.
Accident.
Yeah. So I'll say in English. Now, if within that waking state, the soul, Jivatma, indulges in the pleasures of the external Vishayas inappropriately due to some misconception, then that is known as dream state within the waking state. It's done inappropriately. And we realize now that we did something wrong. I touched, and got burned, If in that waking state, the Jivatma indulges in the pleasures of the external Vishayas without discretions, due to sorrow, fatigue, etc., then it is known as deep sleep state within the waking state. Then it is the second avastha, Jagrat, પછી એની અંદરની સ્વપ્ન અને આ સુષુપ્તિ અવસ્થા. That a person is, touching the fire, but it is so much deep into the sleep that his finger is burning, but not feeling, no feeling, And then comes back to the state, then he says, oh, my finger is burnt. our nervous system is nullified there, right? And then we experience that, It is called Sushupti. Jagrat ni andar કરે છે પાછું, doing this in awakened stage, No, there are certain stages in yoga, that when your vital force, prana becomes the vital force, Now you do the asanas, all these postures without your effort. And if you bang the table, you will hear the sound of banging, but you will not feel the pain. No pain. But after that is down, now you have pain. It is swelled, That is called Sushupti Avastha. એ સ્વપ્નની અંદર જાગ્રત થયું. In this dream state, that person is walking. આવશે ને એના પછી સ્વપ્નની અંદર જાગ્રત આવશે પાછી.
ભૂત વર્ગી હોય અને જાગ્રત હોય, એ બધી ખબર ના હોય કે મને વાગશે શું થઈ જાય, મેં તેને મારે કોઈને નોનસેન્સ કરતો હોય, જાગતો હોય, એને પોતાને ખબર ના પડે કે મને વાગશે શું થઈ જાય. આ અવસ્થા જાગ્રત સુસુપ્તિ અવસ્થા. હોશ ના હોય, જાગતો આપણને પોતાના હોશ ના હોય.
રાઈટ. સો ફરીથી ગુજરાતીમાં, અને એ જાગ્રતને વિશે જો એ જીવાત્મા ભ્રાંતિએ કરીને અયથાર્થપણે બાહ્ય વિષય ભોગને ભોગવે છે, તો તેને જાગ્રતને વિશે સ્વપ્ન કહીએ. અને એ જીવાત્મા જે તે જાગ્રતને વિશે શોક તથા શ્રમ આદિ કે એ કરીને વિવેકે રહિત થકો જો બાહ્ય વિષયને ભોગવે છે, તો તેને જાગ્રતને વિશે સુષુપ્તિ કહીએ. So these are the 3 levels in the awakened state. Jagrat in the Jagrat, Jagrat in the Swapna, Jagrat in the Sushupti. Right? Awakened state and awaken, awakened state and dream, awakened state and deep sleep. Now going to the dream state. અને જે સ્વપ્ન અવસ્થા છે તે હિરણ્ય ગર્ભની જે ઉત્પત્તિ અવસ્થા તેનું કાર્ય છે અને રજોગુણાત્મક છે અને કંઠ સ્થાનકને વિશે રહી છે. Now this is coming to the creator side, and that is a dream state, and it is the creation of Hiranya Garbha by Virat Purush. Virat Purush, when he created Hiranyagarbha, means Garbha means, the baby. Garbha means, the conception. But this is the golden conception. Hiranya is the gold. Hiranya means gold, The color of the deer, animal deer, is gold color, So that is how they use the word Hiranyagarbha, means the golden color. And in one sense, they say sun is also a golden color. When sun is rising, just in the beginning, you see reddish or goldish color. So these are all the conception of Virat Purush creating this world. So first creation is Hiranyagarbha. Hiranyagarbha જે ઉત્પત્તિ અવસ્થા તેનું કાર્ય છે અને રજોગુણાત્મક છે. It is with the passion. અને કંઠ સ્થાનકને વિશે રહી છે. It is in the lower than the higher stage, Eyes are next to the Sahasradal, 1000-petaled stage, This is the highest. Then this is next. Now they say this is the next stage, કંઠ સ્થાનકને વિશે રહી છે. એવી જે સ્વપ્ન અવસ્થા તેને વિશે તૈજસ અભિમાની જે જીવાત્મા. The first one was Vishwabhimani. Now this one is Tejas Abhimani. The enlightenment, the light related, Sun is source of light. Hiranya Garbha is related with sun, which is light also, તેજસ અભિમાની જે જીવાત્મા તે સૂક્ષ્મ દેહના અભિમાને સહિત રહ્યો થકો. That remaining in the subtle body, સૂક્ષ્મ દેહ, એના અભિમાને સહિત રહ્યો થકો, ઇન્દ્રિયો અંતઃકરણે કરીને પૂર્વકર્મને અનુસારે સુખ દુઃખ રૂપ વાસનામય ભોગને ભોગવે છે. It is his inner desire, not indulging in the gross body, but indulging in the, dream, in a dream body, So that is his inner desire, and that is why he is indulging in that level, તેને રજોગુણ પ્રધાન સ્વપ્ન અવસ્થા કહીએ. That is called સ્વપ્ન અવસ્થા. હવે સ્વપ્ન અવસ્થાની અંદર બીજી બે અવસ્થાઓ બતાવેલી છે. ધીસ ઇઝ સ્વપ્ન અવસ્થાની અંદર સ્વપ્ન અવસ્થા. હવે સ્વપ્ન અવસ્થાની અંદર જાગ્રત અને સુષુપ્તિ અવસ્થાનું આવશે. એ સ્વપ્નને વિશે જીવાત્મા, maybe I should go to English first, the other one, right? Then I'll go to here. If within that dream state, the Jivatma knowingly indulges in the pleasures of the transient sense gratifications with discretion and awareness, exactly as it does during wakefulness, then that is known as the waking state within the dream state. However, if in that dream state the soul, due to sluggishness, does not recognize those transient sense gratifications which it experiences, then it is known as the state of deep sleep within the dream state. If you don't understand, tell me, so otherwise, I'll just keep moving, okay? The state of deep sleep is the result of dissolution state of Ishwar. ભગવાન શું કહે, જે સુષુપ્તિ અવસ્થા છે, થર્ડ સ્ટેજ નાવ આફ્ટર ધી સ્વપ્ન, સુષુપ્તિ અવસ્થા.
Can I just ask you one question about the last one? Now this action that happens in a susupti, but yet it's awakened.
No, it happened in the dream state.
Dream state, but yet it is awakened.
In the awakened state, yeah.
Now, is that involuntary actions or it is controlled?
Huh?
Are they involuntary actions that are happening or are they controlled?
It can be combination of anything, Like, Naveen Bhai was saying, somebody is in dream state, now gets up, goes to the refrigerator, opens the refrigerator, eats laddu, jalebi, all sweets, fills up the stomach, and then sleeps. In the morning, he does not remember that he ate anything. Only thing he remembers that thing got empty. Refrigerator got empty. And he put on the weight. Or she put on the weight, whoever, Yeah. And it is real, it happens, huh? It's not that it does not happen, It happens. People do that. જે કંઈ હાથમાં આવ્યું, whatever is in his hand, he throws. There is a thief, there is a robber, Yeah. Huh?
Like sleepwalking.
Sleepwalking, yeah.
He gets up, goes out, goes to the garden, and on the garden bench, he sleeps throughout the night. In the morning, he gets up and comes back.
Yeah.
Before everybody comes and gets up.
There are so many varieties,
Some people murder in the dream. That's what they think. Because they get it out from the court.
Yeah.
They were in dream state.
Yeah.
Kill somebody.
But the rest,
No, that's what they have. A lot of cases. They execute.
You need a philosopher lawyer to support, and that would work. Yeah, it happens. Any varieties, anything is possible, right? Yeah.
Insanity. They equate it by insanity. That's
Yeah.
it.
Those who go into the war, and are so much into that, when they come home, in the dream, they got up and start shooting. Boom, 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 Yeah.
One guy was from Vietnam War, and he said when he came from war, when the plane goes, regular passenger,
Regular passenger.
he used to go under the cabin.
In dream state,
That's terrible, no?
Yeah.
He's from Vietnam War, and I was working with him. He was involved in working in the outside. He told me that.
Yeah.
Terrible.
They say that in the 50s and 40s, when lot of manufacturing facilities were there, people were working, in the factories, and they were given a job, pick up this thing and tighten, pick up this thing, tighten, pick up this. Now when they go home, in this dream stage, they do this. It's part of their habit. It's that way,
Swami said, no, about the Dudki Phanda ki dawai.
Yeah.
Chadar phandi nahi.
Abba said.
Mama said, pani duri la whatever.
Yeah. It happens in this dream state,
And like dream state is Jagrata.
Jagrat kehvaya.
He is in dream stage.
But he was Jagrata.
See, in dream state we see nice pictures and other things, right? Where are they coming from? Where is the pardo, where is the, monitor, It's all screen, it's all within, right? And it's very interesting and very clear and very liking, right?
It's like program
Right?
in the mind. It's computer program in the mind.
स्वीट मैंने क्या होता है स्वीट क्या के फोन है तो बापू नाच रहे हैं
If they all sleep together, in Tardev. So with Ashwin Bhai, Bapu is sleeping, right? And Bapu is in deep sleep, And a phone rings, So Ashwin Bhai picks up Bapu's hand and he says, hello. Our nephew, Nimesh, he was in video rental stores, early in the 90s, 80s, And one day, on Friday evening, we were at one, relative's place. And it went on, so it was like 11 o'clock, so he slept. He lay down on the floor, And the police called, to his brother, Mayur, and says that your store is broken, somebody broke the store on Devon Avenue. The glass is broken. So, we need the key to go in and find out, what has happened. So, Mayur did not have the key, but his younger brother Nimesh had the key, but he was sleeping. So, we woke him up. And he is very much in deep sleep, So, from deep sleep, he came to the dream stage, Then he got up. But in sleep, dream state. Then he put his hands for the keys. And he says, it has gone for a rent. I have rented the key. He was renting the videos. Chavi rente kaise. It happens. And it can happen to us also, Nothing different, Whatever we are, more focused, we become part of it. Yeah.
But another funny thing, if you want to know, my roommate, when we were in college, he was sitting at night, he must have one beer a day or something, and then he was sleeping in. Then he woke up, opened up the drawer and he peed there.
Oh,
I thought he was in washroom.
he thought it was a bathroom.
Woke up and then I got so big. Then I asked him to clean up the he said he didn't remember it.
Yeah, it's all in swapna.
But the bed waiting is the same thing.
Yeah.
People think they are in the washroom.
Yeah.
પેરિસમાં જાસ્મીન ઉભો થઈ ગયો
Eh?
પેરિસમાં જાસ્મીન ઉભો થઈ ગયો આળ પડે
It happens, yeah.
Bed waiting is the same thing.
You were saying something.
So in these scenarios, these are all considered like, unknowing or just not making that conscious choice because we're.
No, it's mixture. It's mixture of our waken stage activities and sleep state, uncontrolled activities. And then there is another thing, what they call that in our brain, there is a different department, which is called imagination department. Nothing has experienced before, nothing has been, done in the past. But imagination department mixes with that and creates a new creation.
Is that why this is related with Brahma, the creation force? This dream state?
Well, these are all Brahma, awaken, dream, everything. This is all. No, but yeah, part of this is Brahma, right? This is now, what we are talking is right now is the Brahma's creation, which is Rajogun, which is passion, which is the Tejas. Right. Tejas Abhimani. Right. No, but Tejas Abhimani, but it is Hiranyagarbha. But right.
But in lower level it's called Tejasvi only.
But it is related with Brahma, like you said, yeah. The dream state, yes. Yes. Awakened state is Vishnu. The deep sleep state will be Shiva.
So I think when you were reading through this one, it said if we knowingly make a choice, even if we're in our dream state, then that's something different.
In dream state, we make a knowingly choice.
I thought you had read that.
Yeah, we can make a knowingly choice also in dream state.
So then we just become aware that we're asleep, but we still indulge or.
Right, so then in the dream state, we make the knowingly choice, then it is awakened state in the dream state, You are in dream state. Dream state is your controlling state, but still you are in awakened condition, and making the choice,
It's like that example
Yeah.
of that drama, The Big Soup, right?
Conscious working.
Remember we had a drama where he was sleeping.
Drift
and
it and
the
conscious.
king became a beggar.
Right. Janak Raja.
Janak Raja.
Right.
And that's the same scenario, like that. He thinks he was awake. He was because he was experienced that he was in a awake state. He was feeling everything as being, poor.
He was experiencing, everything in dream state, Right. But it is slightly different than what she is saying,
Like three categories in that.
Right.
See, three different categories in the dream state.
And then Maharaj is saying, અને એ સ્વપ્નને વિશે જે જીવાત્મા જે તે જ્યારે જાગ્રતની પેઠે જ વિવેકે કરીને જાણતો થકો વિષયમય ભોગને ભોગવે છે ત્યારે તેને સ્વપ્નને વિશે જાગ્રત અવસ્થા કહીએ. So this is what I'll read that in English. So if within that dream state the jivatma knowingly indulges in the pleasures of the transient sense gratifications with discretion and awareness, exactly as it does during the wakeful state, then that is known as the waking state within the dream state. He is doing knowingly, but he is not in a full awakened state, He is in a dream state. But all his, body limbs are out of his control, because he's in a dream state, And that screen inside in a dream state is telling him to do this and do that and do that, run or open the freezer or whatever, And then if he knows that, then it is awakened state. If he does not know that, it is deep sleep state,
So if he knows that he's sleeping.
He knows he is in the dream,
Okay.
but even in the dream he knows that he is doing this, Yeah.
Then that's that.
That is that awakened state, during the dream state.
I have experience of that. There was Ekadashi. When I sleep, so still I remember doing Ekadashi. So that's what dream, you are aware of that.
Yeah. If some food comes in the dream, says, no, I don't want, I have Ekadashi.
In the dream you are.
I think it's Aarti time now? Yeah? Okay. I think we would continue this next Saturday more. Yeah. Because you have to leave then also, go there, right? Yeah. Sajanand Swami Maharajni, Jai, Jai, Jai. If anybody has question, we can talk after the Aarti. Yeah? Aarti, basi can